Hey everybody, sorry for the long delay in getting you guys an update, but I've been trying to work on getting this truck figured out, at least making some progress, and that takes some time. So let's jump into it. I'm on my way to the dealer right now. The plan is full body mount replacement. So if you remember from my previous videos, whether it be the 10,000 mile kind of regret review video, and then what's going on with the truck, and then to kind of that clunking noise that I posted a video about. All of that's kind of led to a couple trips to the dealer, them being able to duplicate, and then body mounts being the diagnosis for now. So let me tell you what we've kind of already found. Previously, when I brought it to the dealer and they were able to duplicate the noise, I had a number of body mounts, if not all of the body mounts, that were not to torque per FCA and Ram's requirement of like 80 foot-pounds each body mount. They were all below that. So that was one part of it. That caused some shifting, obviously, of the body and things like that. The body mounts that are right behind the bumper were actually free spinning. They were not tightened in any way. The flag nut that's on the uppermost side of the body mount that kind of holds everything together was free spinning. It just wasn't grabbing. So they replaced the flag nuts. Since then, let me kind of give you an update. They've tightened everything down, and they replaced those flag nuts and tightened everything down up front. Okay, so since that, I have not had, well, I'll take that back. I've had one time of kind of the clunk and the grinding noise. Ever since that one time that it was really bad, after they fixed everything, it's been pretty quiet. Now I will say that the clunk is still there, and they are aware of it, and they are duplicating it, and we are looking at trying to pull that thread next. But it's tough, right? It's the morning, I'm on my way to work, I gotta drop the truck off, and it's an inconvenience and a hassle for everybody. So if you're going through this, I understand the frustration. The best thing that I can tell you is, look, these folks are working folks too. We're not the only vehicle that they see each day, so we should probably, try to be kind, polite to each other. It's not that hard, it's a choice. So just make sure that's what you're doing if that's what you're, going there and you're frustrated. I can tell you my service advisor here has been great. They called me and said, hey, we got a loaner 3500 diesel for you. It's not yours, but hopefully it'll do the job. We'll hopefully have this done today, or if the latest, tomorrow morning wrapped up. All right, well, we are in a 3500. It is a 2018 high output ASIN truck. Let me just back up. You guys like the 4th gens, or do you like the 5th gens? Because I've owned both, and the 4th gens kind of have it almost now feels like a nostalgia about them. That just people like are getting after them. It makes sense. The 2018s, for the most part, by that point, were really proven, really well thought out, and everything was kind of ran through and taken care of. However, interestingly enough, this truck has the shake. You can see one of my previous videos if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's probably why it's a loaner truck. Anyway, they said they might be able to get it back today. I will make a video after I get it back, and probably add that into this one, and just kind of explain what they told me, what they found on the body mounts that they pulled, and try to get a little more insight on the design of those body mounts and things that maybe you guys can look out for, and we'll just try to track this down. Hey everybody, so as you can see, I got the 19 back. I wanted to go over what they did, how long it took, and just generally kind of just a few things that my takeaways from it. So what they did is, originally they went to duplicate 2 noises, and they went to duplicate the thump noise that we all are kind of discussing. It's kind of big on the forums right now, and then also a grinding noise that I kind of showed in one of my other videos. So they were able to duplicate both of those. Kind of backing up a little bit, when it came to the thump noise, everything checked out. Now I noticed when I could, I had some concerns with maybe ball joints or sway bar end links. Everything seems to be within manufacturer spec. So They said, look, until more trucks kind of have or exhibit this issue and we can kind of nail down what it is, they said there's nothing, wrong with your truck to drive it, but what they said they really wanted to find out was that grinding noise. So first thing there, I appreciate their honesty and appreciate their approach, because they are bound by RAM and FCA, just like Ford and GM kind of binds a lot of their service advisors and technical staff to dig into problems, so I appreciated the honesty. It's not necessarily what I wanted to hear, but at the end of the day, we started chasing that problem. So they were able to duplicate that kind of metal on metal scraping noise, and what they decided to do was order all new cab mounts. Now, originally, what led them to believe that cab mounts could be an issue to begin with is, you might recall either earlier in this video or in one of my previous videos or comments section, I did say that my front two body mounts were loose. They were actually free spinning. They weren't tight at all. And then all the other body mounts were not to specification in terms of their torque. So what we ended up looking at was, after they retorqued everything and then got those body mounts tight, they wanted me to drive like that for a little while, which I did, and I had the metal on metal sound almost right away. However, it was different. It was not metal on metal kind of going over that thud or that front end clunk. It was more in like a body movement. So what they ordered were all new cab mounts and body mounts, and they installed those today. They installed them this afternoon, or throughout today, and got it back today. So here's a couple takeaways from that. The tech over there where I brought my truck to was fantastic, and so was the service advisor. Both of them worked really good. It was a really good team. I have nothing but great things to say about them. They were really on point and very honest. And the tech actually wanted me to come back when I picked up the truck so that he could show me a couple of things. And what we looked at were the mounting plates where your body of these trucks actually rest on the mounts. There were, in about 3 or 4 of them, a dimple on one, an impression, and then also a pretty severe gash or gouging. And I'll put pictures there. And I say severe is relative. But when you have metal on metal and you see gouging like that, you can tell that it's potentially severe. So I got 2 pictures, I'll overlay those now. But anyways, what they ended up doing was replacing all those body mounts. Now, the tech was very honest with me. He said, look, your thump noise, the front end clunk, he's like, I don't like it. And I am going to do whatever I can to figure out how that works, and we're going to try to duplicate it on other trucks so we can build a case. He said they're also going to be sending back all the cab mounts so that they can go back to FCA, so FCA can become more aware of what these problems are and maybe issue a design or a recall, change maybe some design for future models, but also help other techs and other folks and other customers look out for this stuff. So that was pretty cool as well. He was also honest with me and said, look, these are essentially the same body mounts that we're putting in. We made sure the surfaces were clean, but we can't guarantee that things won't get in them again and you might not hear that noise. So he's like, I can't guarantee that this will fix it forever. I can't tell you how much I appreciate knowing that, and knowing that they know that, okay? Because so often do you pick up a truck and it's like, oh, it's fine, it's good, it's fixed. When it's not, and you don't have any communication or any background or knowledge on what the techs that work on this stuff every single day, especially the lead diesel tech, what his thoughts are. So my perspective in all of this was, I really appreciated that. Yeah, you want things to be fixed forever, and on first year, second year body styles, maybe there won't be. But anyways, going that extra mile and having the confidence in his work to say, look, I hope this fixes it. I hope we never have to see it again, but if we don't, this is where I would look at initially. And folks, these are some things that you might be able to do at home, right? Within reason. Loosen up those body mounts, which, by the way, the torque spec on these trucks for the body mounts is sitting at 80 foot-pounds. So you can probably do this at home within reason, but the tough part would be getting that flag nut on top. Anyway, you guys can figure that stuff out on your own. Bottom line is, they are still looking at the clunk issue in the front end of the suspension. They recognize it, they don't like it. Everything's within spec, so they have no issue putting it on the road. I have no issue driving it. I am looking at other fixes that I might try to do on my own, to include the Carly lifetime ball joints that are greasable, and a front sway bar, just to get those sway bar end links a little bit, you know, beefier, and allow a little bit more kind of articulation for the front end, allow that to move a little bit more without putting so much stress across the body. So those are a couple things that I'm looking at, but at the end of the day, that's where we're at right now. I will be kind of keeping everybody updated. I will post the occasional video on everything that I'm kind of experiencing. And also, you know, another thing that's coming up too, folks, this all this talk on these recalls right now. So there's 2 separate recalls, and let me just make this point real quick. As of today, which is February, the end of February, we have 2 separate recalls. We have the recalls for the 68 trucks that are having transmissions that are getting too hot and they end up spitting up oil and creating a fire hazard. Okay, that's one. They're working on that. It sounds like they're getting these, they got trucks that they can't sell, but it sounds like they're getting these recalls taken care of in short order. So that's good. I'm glad they're taking care of that. The other thing is kind of a 2-part recall, or TSB. I'm not sure which one it's going to be yet, but it's for the high output trucks. And it's going to address the shortcomings from the previous update for the TCM with your shift patterns and things of that nature that people are worried about, the slop in the drive line. It really does shift like, it shifts like a commercial truck. And I've always said that from day one. It doesn't bother me so much, but I would appreciate day in, day out, maybe some refinement. So that's coming. Equipped with that is an ECM update. And the ECM update is going to make sure that the folks, there's a lot of us out here that are operating at high elevation. Where I'm at right now, I'm sitting at like 6,000 feet or so in elevation. So we use our trucks in the Southern Rockies and throughout the Rockies, and you know what? I mean, you're not going to be at sea level all the time. So what it's meant to do is it's meant to make the power range and delivery and, you know, use of these high output trucks team up and pair up really nicely with the TCM update and give folks better functionality on their operation, whether at sea level or they're pulling at higher altitudes. So anyway, it's a long enough video. By the way, I gotta say, the 4th gen, I'm driving the one today, minus the shake down the road. I'm not a fan of that. By the way, they still don't know what causes that, allegedly. But man, I love those 4th gens. They sound so good. It's such a proven platform. If you got one that rides straight and doesn't shake going down the road at 75, 80 miles an hour, keep it. Hang on to it. Those things are great. Love them. CP4 platform on them, the engine brake, the sound. I mean, it's all good stuff. At the end of the day, I'm really glad to be back in the 19. I am happy with this truck. Would I buy it again tomorrow? Yes, I would. I absolutely would. These are the growing pains, okay, that you got to go through. And I mean, now that the new body style, same powertrain, but new body style GM trucks are out, people are starting to get miles on those, and the new Fords with the big power numbers. If you're in the market for a new truck, regardless of brand, just be aware that, I mean, there's going to be some growing pains with all of these. So anyway, I hope you all take care of each other, help out one another, be kind to each other. It's a choice. You guys can do it. And stay tuned for more updates. Please tap that subscribe button, hit like if you like this video. I always try to bring you guys good content and informative content. So we'll keep it going as long as you guys still want to see it. Take care of yourselves. Coming up here in the future, we're gonna have an RV update, a towing update with the RV, some things that I've done to it. So if you're into the RV thing, expect some of that as well. And I'll also do another video once we get the TCM, ECM update, let you know some of the things that I'm seeing there too. But hey, I use my truck every day. Sometimes it's sitting in stuff like this. Sometimes I got 14,000 pounds behind it. But at the end of the day, I wanna make sure you guys get good info. All right, take care of each other. Until the next video, appreciate you.